What if the hardest parts of aging aren't the big, life-changing events, but the small, quiet moments that catch you off guard? A forgotten name, a task that suddenly feels harder than it used to, the creeping sense that something is shifting. These moments may seem minor, but for many older adults, they're the first whispers of a new chapter, one that no one really prepares us for. Aging isn't just about wrinkles or gray hair. It often brings unexpected challenges that sneak up in everyday life. You might think you know what to expect as you grow older, but reality can be full of surprises. Maybe it's that odd moment when you suddenly can't recall a familiar face, or the frustration of feeling tired before the day has really begun, or even subtle changes in your body that have seemed to show up out of nowhere. These experiences are more common than we think, yet rarely talked about openly. But here's the thing, you're not facing this alone. And most importantly, there are practical, simple ways to adapt and thrive. Let's meet Elena. At 67, she's bright, energetic, and full of life. Just a few years ago, she was the kind of person who never slowed down, always meeting friends, hopping on planes, hiking trails, and soaking up every moment. But recently, Elena has begun facing a new reality. Things that once felt easy now leave her feeling drained. Simple errands are more tiring. Some days, she even feels disconnected or isolated, something she never anticipated. And she's not alone. Elena's experience echoes what many seniors quietly go through. Aging doesn't come with a handbook. And often, the emotional shifts, losing confidence in your memory, feeling unsure about your changing body, or struggling with independence can be just as tough as the physical ones. That's why today's video is so important. We're diving into 12 real challenges many older adults face as they age, starting with Elena's story and offering you clear, actionable advice on how to navigate them with confidence and calm. So if you're ready to take control of your aging journey with grace, resilience, and community support, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe and stay with us because this is for you. Number 1, forgetting names and important details. Elena recently ran into a neighbor at the grocery store, someone she's chatted with countless times. But in that moment, her mind went blank. She simply couldn't remember the woman's name. It was an awkward encounter. And afterward, Elena felt embarrassed and unsettled. Sound familiar? If so, you're far from alone. Memory slips like this are extremely common as we age. They can feel like signs of decline, but in truth, they're part of a natural process that many healthy adults experience. So what can you do? The solution isn't to panic, it's to plan. Start by creating small habits that make a big difference. Keep a notebook or use the Notes app on your phone to jot down names, faces, or key details about new people you meet. Set reminders before social events to refresh your memory. These simple tools can help reduce the stress and build your confidence in social situations. And remember, perfection isn't the goal. Connection is. If you forget someone's name, it's completely okay to ask again. Most people will appreciate your honesty and willingness to reconnect. It's these small acts of grace toward yourself and others that make all the difference. Have you ever had a moment like this? Share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear your tips, your experiences, and how you handle those little memory hiccups. Because this isn't just Elena's journey, it's ours too. Just like memory lapses can catch you off guard, so too can the way your body suddenly tires, leaving you wondering where all that energy went. Number 2, sudden exhaustion and energy crashes. Elena, once so full of life and always moving, recently found herself pausing in the middle of the simplest tasks. Making a sandwich or folding laundry used to be automatic now. She feels drained afterward. A short walk around the house leaves her needing to sit down and catch her breath. It wasn't always like this, and the change crept in quietly. For many seniors, this kind of fatigue feels both puzzling and frustrating. It's not that you've done too much, it's that even doing a little suddenly feels like a lot. So what's happening here? Well, as we grow older, our bodies require more rest to recover from physical exertion. That doesn't mean we're weak, it simply means we need to be more intentional with our energy. The good news? There are simple, smart ways to manage this shift. Start by pacing yourself. Try spreading out your daily tasks so you're not exhausting all your energy in one burst. For example, instead of cleaning the whole house in the morning, do the kitchen today and the living room tomorrow. Break things into smaller chunks and give yourself permission to pause. Even 5 to 10 minutes of sitting down, sipping water, or simply breathing deeply can help reset your energy levels. Speaking of water, hydration is often overlooked but crucial. Many older adults don't realize they're dehydrated, which can lead to tiredness and even dizziness. Keep a water bottle nearby and sip throughout the day, even if you're not feeling thirsty. Another tip: pay attention to your meals. Heavy, carb-loaded lunches may leave you feeling sluggish afterward. Instead, eat smaller, balanced portions throughout the day. Think fruits, leafy greens, lean proteins, and whole grains foods that fuel you steadily without crashing your system. Most importantly, listen to your body. If you feel the urge to nap or slow down, honor it. Rest isn't a sign of failure, it's your body's way of healing and maintaining its strength. Elena's learning to give herself that grace, and so can you. What about you? Have you felt this kind of exhaustion creeping in? What little changes have helped you cope? We'd love to hear your tips in the comments. Your story might be just what someone else needs to hear. Number 3, unexplained weight gain. Even with the same habits, Elena's story doesn't end with fatigue. Lately, she's noticed something else that's left her scratching her head. Her weight is creeping up, even though her routine hasn't changed much. She still goes on walks, tends to her garden, and eats the same types of meals. So what's different? The answer lies in something invisible but powerful: metabolism. As we age, our metabolism naturally slows down, which means our bodies burn fewer calories even when we're doing the same activities we've always done. This often leads to weight gain, particularly around the waist and midsection, and it can feel incredibly frustrating. But here's the truth: you're not alone, and you're not doing anything wrong. What worked for your body 5 or 10 years ago might not work now, and that's okay. It just means it's time to adjust. Start by taking a closer look at your diet. Are your portion sizes still the same as before? Try slightly reducing them and focusing more on nutrient-dense foods. That means more fresh vegetables, fruits, lean protein, legumes, and whole grains, and less sugar, processed snacks, or heavy, starchy meals. Exercise also remains essential. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights to see results. Even daily 20 to 30-minute walks can do wonders for your metabolism. Add light strength training a couple of times a week, like resistance bands or body weight exercise. This is to help preserve muscle mass, which naturally burns more calories even when you're at rest. The key here is consistency, not intensity. Small changes, repeated over time, create lasting results. And remember, this journey isn't about chasing a number on the scale. It's about feeling good in your body and staying strong, mobile, and independent for as long as possible. If the mirror has been making you feel discouraged lately, know that you're not alone. These changes are normal and manageable. Have you faced this silent struggle with weight gain, despite your efforts? What has worked for you? Drop your tips in the comments. We're building a community here where everyone's voice matters. Number 4, frequent visits to the doctor. If you ask Elena what her calendar looks like lately, she might joke, It's just a series of doctor's appointments. Blood tests, checkups, follow-ups, new prescriptions. It seems like there's always something. And while staying on top of your health is important, it can start to feel overwhelming, even emotionally draining. Many seniors reach a point where it feels like their life revolves around medical care. And that constant cycle can make you feel more like a patient than a person. But this is where a little organization and mindset shift can help. Use a simple calendar, notebook, or health app to track your appointments, medications, and symptoms. This gives you a sense of control, rather than feeling like you're reacting to everything all the time. And remember, you don't have to go through it alone. If possible, bring a loved one or a friend to key appointments. 2 sets of ears are better than 1, and having someone by your side can ease the emotional burden. Elena is learning to view these visits not as interruptions but as acts of care. They are moments to check in with her body, catch things early, and stay ahead of any surprises. So if your weeks are filled with health visits lately, know this: it's not a burden, it's a gift of prevention. And by staying proactive, you're investing in more time, more strength, and more freedom down the road. While frequent doctor visits may feel overwhelming at times, they're actually one of the strongest tools we have for staying ahead of our health. Proactivity, not panic, is what keeps us resilient. Number 5, understanding the power of regular checkups. It's easy to view multiple doctor visits as a nuisance or a reminder of aging. But let's flip that narrative. Every appointment, every screening, every routine test is actually a powerful act of self-care. It means you are watching over your health before problems get out of hand. Elena, for example, recently had a checkup that revealed a small spike in her blood pressure, something she hadn't noticed. Because it was caught early, she was able to adjust her diet and make lifestyle changes before it became a serious issue. That's the power of prevention. Routine tests for things like cholesterol, blood sugar, bone density, and even cognitive health are not signs of decline, they're lifelines. These regular snapshots help us course correct before real trouble begins. Think of it like tuning up your car. You do it to keep everything running smoothly, not because it's already broken. To make the process less stressful, consider setting up a simple system. Use a wall calendar or a digital planner to jot down every appointment, test, and follow-up. Set alerts on your phone a few days before each visit, and better yet, keep a small health journal. Write down symptoms, side effects, new questions, and how you're feeling. This makes your time with your doctor more efficient and meaningful. You'll walk in prepared and leave more confident. Yes, it may feel like a lot at times, but remember, these check-ins are not just boxes to tick off. They're steps toward a longer, healthier life. Are you finding it tricky to stay on top of all your appointments? If so, share your tricks in the comments below. You never know who might benefit from your system. Number 6, difficulty concentrating and staying mentally engaged. For years, Elena would get lost in a good book, sometimes reading for hours. But lately, something has changed. She finds herself rereading the same page over and over. Her mind wanders, and the joy of immersing herself in a novel is harder to grasp. Sound familiar? This shift in concentration is something many seniors experience. As we age, our ability to focus and retain information can naturally decline. It's frustrating, especially when once effortless mental tasks begin to feel like work. But this isn't the end of mental sharpness. In fact, it's the beginning of a new kind of brain training. One way to sharpen focus is to treat your brain like a muscle. It needs regular, varied exercise to stay strong. Mental stimulation can come in many forms. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, memory games, or even learning something completely new, like a foreign language. Painting or knitting can help forge new neural pathways. Reading can still be part of your routine, but try adjusting your expectations. Break your sessions into shorter intervals, maybe 10 to 15 minutes at a time. That way, you keep the habit alive without becoming overwhelmed. Audiobooks are also a fantastic alternative. They allow you to enjoy stories without the mental strain of tracking every line visually. Don't forget the basics. Either sleep, exercise, and good nutrition all play a massive role in mental clarity. A brisk morning walk, a handful of blueberries, or a consistent sleep schedule can be more effective than you think. So tell us what's your favorite way to keep your brain sharp. Your small tip might be the perfect solution for someone else. Drop it in the comments and let's inspire one another to stay mentally vibrant. Number 7, coping with shrinking social circles and loneliness. As the years pass, Elena has felt the slow fading of her once bustling social world. Close friends have moved to be near their families. Others, heartbreakingly, have passed away. The regular coffee chats, weekend get-togethers, and spontaneous walks in the park are now rare, and she feels the weight of that loss more than she expected. This sense of disconnection is one of aging's most difficult realities. It creeps in quietly. One day you realize the phone rings less. The house feels quieter. Loneliness, when left unspoken, can settle like a shadow. But here's the hope: connection isn't limited to who we've lost. It can be rebuilt, sometimes in the most unexpected ways. Staying socially active is as vital to emotional health as any medicine. Even the smallest gestures, a smile to a neighbor, a chat at the store, or a weekly phone call can make a big difference. But don't stop there. Many communities offer senior-friendly activities, art workshops, walking groups, church meetups, or local classes designed specifically for older adults. If getting out physically is hard, don't underestimate the power of the digital world. Online communities, virtual book clubs, and even Facebook groups can offer meaningful connection. These virtual spaces allow you to meet people from around the world who share your hobbies, challenges, and interests. Elena recently joined an online reading group for older adults, and she's fallen in love with the lively discussions, humor, and friendships that have come out of it. It's proof that even if the old ways of connecting aren't possible, new doors can open. So ask yourself, is there someone you could call today? A group you've wanted to check out? The first step can be small, but it can lead somewhere beautiful. Building meaningful relationships doesn't always require a crowd. Just a few genuine moments of connection can brighten our days. And while emotional closeness is essential, keeping our bodies physically capable is just as important to maintaining independence and joy. Number 8, struggling with everyday mobility. For most of her life, Elena never thought twice about bending down to tie her shoes or taking a brisk stroll around the neighborhood. But lately, those everyday tasks have started to feel unexpectedly hard. Even short walks now leave her winded, and crouching to pick something up from the floor feels like a chore. These changes weren't dramatic, but they were noticeable, and they were frustrating. This gradual shift is something many older adults experience. As we age, our muscles naturally weaken, our joints may stiffen, and movements that were once second nature begin to feel like obstacles. It's disheartening, but it doesn't mean we have to accept decline without a fight. The good news is that you can take control of your mobility, no matter your age. It starts with small, consistent actions. Incorporating gentle stretching into your daily routine helps maintain flexibility in your hips, knees, and spine, key areas for walking, standing, and balance. Just 5 to 10 minutes in the morning or evening can loosen tight muscles and improve circulation. Next, add in simple strength-building exercises. Think leg lifts while seated, standing heel raises, or light resistance band workouts. These movements strengthen your lower body and core, critical for stability and preventing falls. You don't need to go to a gym. A sturdy chair and a little space are enough to begin. Low-impact activities like yoga, tai chi, and swimming can also be game changers. They not only keep your joints safe, but also improve coordination, posture, and confidence in your movements. And remember, slow progress is still progress. Start at your own pace and listen to your body. Over time, you'll notice you're moving with more ease and less discomfort. Have you found any mobility exercises or daily habits that keep you feeling strong and steady? Let us know in the comments. Your experience might just help someone else take that first step towards staying active and independent. Number 9, restless nights and changing sleep patterns. Lately, Elena has found herself wide awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling and wishing for sleep that won't come. She's always valued a good night's rest, but now falling asleep feels like a challenge, and staying asleep is even harder. The next day, she's groggy and out of sorts, with little energy to enjoy her usual routine. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we age, changes in hormone levels, stress, nighttime discomfort, or even certain medications can interfere with sleep. What once came naturally now feels like a nightly puzzle. But here's the encouraging news. Better sleep is possible with just a few mindful adjustments. Start by creating a consistent routine. Going to bed and waking up at the same time even on weekends can help reset your body's natural rhythm. Our internal clock thrives on predictability, and consistency is one of the most effective ways to improve sleep quality. It also helps to avoid caffeine late in the day. While that afternoon cup of coffee might feel comforting, it could still be in your system hours later, keeping you alert when you'd rather be winding down. Before bedtime, consider gentle relaxation habits, a short breathing exercise, a few pages of light reading, or calming music can tell your brain it's time to rest. You might even try a warm bath or light stretches to ease tension and invite sleep naturally. Your sleep environment also matters more than you might think. A cool, quiet, and dark room promotes deeper rest. Consider blackout curtains, a white noise machine, or a cozy, supportive mattress if needed. These small environmental changes can make a big difference. If you've tried it all and still find yourself tossing and turning, don't hesitate to speak with your doctor. Sometimes sleep disturbances are linked to underlying conditions that can be managed with the right support. Do you have a nighttime ritual or a favorite trick that helps you drift off? Share it in the comments. We're all looking for ways to sleep a little easier and wake up a little stronger. Just like sleep patterns shift with age, so too do our senses quietly, subtly, but undeniably affecting how we experience the world around us. Number 10. Changes in vision and hearing. Elena has always taken pride in her sharp senses. She could read the fine print without squinting and catch even the softest whispers in a crowded room. But recently that started to change. She now keeps her reading glasses close by, and even with them, menus in dim restaurants feel like puzzles. Social gatherings, once energizing, now come with an added challenge, straining to follow conversations over background noise. It's not just frustrating, it can feel isolating. And Elena's not alone. For many older adults, shifts in hearing and vision can feel like a slow fade from the vibrant world they once engaged in effortlessly. But these changes aren't something to be ashamed of. They're a normal part of aging. The important thing is not to ignore them. Staying on top of regular eye and hearing exams is key. These checkups help catch changes early, allowing you to adapt before small issues become big barriers. A new pair of glasses, a prescription tweak, or updated lighting at home can restore confidence in your vision. And when it comes to hearing, don't hesitate to explore assistive devices. Modern hearing aids are discreet, smart, and life-enhancing. There's no shame in using tools that help you stay engaged in life. In fact, it takes strength to recognize when something's no longer serving you and to take action. Whether it's adjusting your environment with better lighting, or investing in technology that enhances sound clarity. Small changes can lead to big improvements. Elena recently started using a small hearing device, and she was amazed by the difference. She no longer felt left out during family dinners or hesitant to join conversations at her book club. Have you noticed any changes in your own hearing or vision? What steps have you taken to stay connected? Share your journey in the comments. We grow stronger together when we support each other. Number 11, increase sensitivity to temperature. Another change that caught Elena off guard, her shifting tolerance for temperature. She used to love sitting outside on warm, sunny days or taking a walk through the crisp winter air. But now a slight breeze feels too cold, and a sunny afternoon leaves her overheated and exhausted. It's confusing and a little frustrating. This heightened sensitivity to heat and cold is more common than you might think. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at regulating temperature. That internal thermostat doesn't work quite like it used to, and even mild weather can feel extreme. So what can you do to stay comfortable? Layering is your best friend. Wearing several light layers allows you to adjust easily as your body or surroundings change. In summer, opt for light, breathable fabrics like cotton or linen. In winter, reach for warm, insulating layers like fleece or wool. And don't overlook accessories. A cozy scarf or wide-brimmed hat can make a big difference. At home, little adjustments go a long way. Keep a heating pad nearby or toss an extra blanket on your bed. Use ceiling fans or portable fans during warmer months. And consider cooling body sprays or cold compresses to refresh yourself during hot spells. These aren't just comfort tricks, they're ways to protect your health. Extreme temperatures can be dangerous, especially for older adults. So it's worth planning ahead and listening to what your body tells you. Have you noticed a shift in your temperature tolerance? What's helped you stay comfortable through the seasons? Drop your advice in the comments. We'd love to hear how others are navigating this quiet but significant change. Number 12, mood swings and shorter temper. Lately, Elena has noticed something that she never expected. Things that once rolled off her back like a late delivery or a slow line at the pharmacy now irritate her more than they used to. Some days, even small inconveniences trigger a wave of frustration that feels out of character. This emotional shift can be unsettling, but it's far from uncommon. As we grow older, changes in hormone levels, sleep patterns, medications, and even chronic stress can impact our emotional regulation. Add to that the weight of life's challenges, loss, health concerns, or feelings of isolation, and it's no wonder that patience sometimes wears thin. But here's the important part. This isn't about weakness, it's about awareness. Recognizing that your emotions feel different is the first step to understanding them. Elena began journaling, noting when and why her mood shifted. She started noticing patterns when she skipped meals, didn't sleep well, or felt overwhelmed by noise. Her irritability spiked. By identifying the triggers, she could respond more mindfully. Practices like deep breathing, daily walks, or simply stepping away from a stressful moment can make a world of difference. Talking to a therapist, joining a support group, or even chatting with a friend about these changes can also bring comfort and clarity. So if you found yourself feeling shorter-tempered lately, know that you're not alone. It doesn't make you difficult, it makes you human. And with the right tools, it's absolutely something you can manage. What do you do to stay grounded on tough days? We'd love to hear your tips and reflections in the comments. Let's keep building this circle of support, one honest conversation at a time. As we've explored, emotional shifts like irritability may creep in with age, but they don't have to define your days. With the right mindset and daily practices, balance and peace are always within reach. Regaining calm and emotional control. Here's the uplifting truth. While you may not be able to stop certain emotional reactions from happening, you can choose how you respond to them. Just like Elena, who found herself snapping more often than usual, you too can learn to manage these feelings before they take over your mood or relationships. One of the simplest and most powerful tools you can use is deep, intentional breathing. The next time you feel frustration bubbling up, maybe from a long wait at the clinic, a noisy neighbor, or a tech gadget that won't cooperate, pause. Inhale slowly through your nose, hold for a count of 4, then exhale gently through your mouth. Repeat this 3 to 5 times. It's amazing how this small habit can reset your nervous system and clear the emotional fog. But breathing is just the beginning. Mindfulness is another gentle yet effective practice. Taking just a few minutes a day to sit quietly and check in with your emotions can reveal a lot. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Where is this emotion coming from? This kind of awareness builds emotional resilience and helps you respond with intention rather than impulse. And here's another secret weapon in gratitude. Yes, something as simple as reflecting on a kind gesture, a warm cup of tea, or the sound of birds outside your window can reframe your entire day. Try keeping a small notebook by your bedside. Each morning or night, jot down 3 things you're grateful for. Over time, this shifts your mental lens toward peace. Even when life feels bumpy, it's completely normal to feel more sensitive as we age, but sensitivity doesn't equal weakness. It's a sign of a heart that has lived, loved, and endured. And with a few small habits, you can turn emotional turbulence into emotional clarity. Have you noticed shifts in your temperament as the years go by? What brings you back to calm? Share your wisdom in the comments. We all have something to learn from each other's journeys. The next challenge, loss of independence. One of the hardest lessons Elena has had to learn lately isn't about her body or memory. It's about accepting help. For most of her life, she was the one others leaned on. She took pride in doing everything herself, from changing light bulbs to planning weekend trips. But recently, even small things like lifting a heavy bag or reaching a high shelf have made her hesitate. And that hesitation brings something many older adults quietly battle: the fear of losing independence. It's not just about tasks. It's about identity. But Elena is slowly learning something powerful: that asking for help doesn't mean giving up who she is. In fact, it's a sign of wisdom and strength. By accepting help when she needs it, she's preserving her energy for the things that truly bring her joy, like reading with her granddaughter or tending to her garden without pain. This is a mindset shift we all face at some point, realizing that independence isn't about doing everything yourself. It's about making choices that protect your well-being and allow you to keep showing up for what matters most. Maybe that means hiring a cleaner once a week, letting a neighbor carry your groceries, or simply saying yes when a family member offers to help. These aren't signs of weakness. They're tools for longevity, for resilience, and for freedom. And there's something beautiful that happens when we open ourselves up to support. We deepen our relationships. We allow others to care for us, just as we've cared for them. Have you had to shift how you think about independence? How did you handle that transition? Share your thoughts in the comments. We're all walking this path together, and your insight might comfort someone who's struggling to take that same brave step. Final thoughts: aging with acceptance, purpose, and strength. Let's be honest, aging can be tough. It brings changes we didn't expect and challenges we didn't plan for. But as Elena's story shows us, it also brings something else: perspective, wisdom, and the chance to grow in new and beautiful ways. By learning how to adapt, asking for help when needed, and staying connected both emotionally and socially, you're not losing control. You're reclaiming it in a new form. So take a breath, embrace the season. You are not alone in your journey, and there is so much life still ahead. If this video spoke to you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend or loved one, and don't forget to subscribe for more supportive, Inspiring content made just for you. Because aging doesn't mean fading, it means evolving.